So today I want to talk about an event that happened to me. This is Cooper. On the SCoR principles, the story I'm about to tell, there's 3 SCoR principles that I think apply. Learning never stops. Hazards are identified and evaluated for every task, every time. And a healthy respect is maintained for what can go wrong. So I have a lot out at the stables on North Mesa in Los Alamos. And during COVID, I would take my crew for a walk every morning. And when I would come up here, I would get my shepherd's crook, which is a very useful tool. And then I would come over here and there's mountain lions and coyotes up here. And so in this box, I had bear spray. And there's some bear spray. Anyway, so I came up here one morning, and when I opened that mailbox, the bear spray sprayed me. The clip, I don't know how the clip had been removed. I hadn't removed it. But anyway, it was there. And so when I opened it, somehow it pressed down on that and it sprayed me, and it sprayed me on the hip. And so I stood here, and I had already let my animals out. And so what I did, I was like thinking about, well, what can I do? And I slowly felt my eyes, I couldn't see. Bear spray is effective stuff. And so I get out here early, but I know who's out here when I am. And I knew, I come out here every day, right? So I knew where the edge of my truck was, and because I park pretty much same spot every day. And I stood here and I thought about it. What was I going to do? And I went, and I knew there was a lady who came out here all the time. Her name is Dorothy, and she was there. And I thought, maybe I could walk up to her. But I was thinking about it. And then I heard somebody. In the morning, you'll see a lot of joggers out here. And so while I tell the rest of my story, I'll go in and entertain y'all with you can look at all my animals. So I heard somebody running by, and I was like, hey, excuse me, because I had my phone, it was in my pocket, but I couldn't see to get the passcode. And when I was thinking, if somebody would call my husband, I could, he could come up here and rescue me. But anyway, so I heard this person. I was like, hey, I'm like, can you help me? I'm like, I've sprayed myself with bear spray, which I think looked quite obvious because I had this big orange blob on my side. And it was a female, and she was like, sorry, it's COVID. And she kept on running. And I was like, oh, okay, thank you. So I stood there for another while, and I didn't know if any of my animals were around me or not. There's some of my crew. So I waited, and then I don't know how long I stood there. It wasn't 10 minutes. And I heard somebody else. And so this person I asked, look, I sprayed myself with bear spray. Could I give you my husband's number and you call him? And there's my geese. And they said yes, and so they did. So he came up here and rescued me. But that's, I had that bear spray to keep me and my animals safe from any, thing that might attack us. And I never thought that I might spray myself. So that was, a healthy respect. You got to maintain that for what can possibly go wrong. And learning never stops. And so I don't carry the bear spray anymore. I'm taking my risk. And then every time you do something, you've got to think about the hazards that you might encounter. And that's my chair.